Have the Beehives right now.
Hi everyone. We want every Arab student to experience several companies, several industries, grow their professional network, and earn money while studying. We want every business to have access to the largest database of Arab students, their experience, their skills, their availability. In just a few hours, we want businesses to be able to recruit students for simple tasks. This is what the Beehives is all about. The Beehives is an online marketplace that connects both students and businesses. Businesses looking to outsource simple, quick tasks. Tasks that are non-core to businesses, but that take up a lot of time and resources from them. Tasks such as cold calling, market research, data entry. We think students are best fitted for these tasks. Students are the largest untapped resource in the Middle East. Students are skilled, they're reliable, they're eager to learn. Students are affordable. Students are future professionals. This is a way for businesses to test before they hire. The Beehives will be taking a 10% transaction fee on every completed task. In 5 years, we expect to reach 1,500 tasks per day. This is equivalent to $25 million in revenues per year. And this is just by entering a few cities. We're going to reach that scale through guerrilla marketing campaign targeted to students. We're going to launch ambassador programs. We're going to partner with universities. On the business side, we're going to direct sell to businesses. We consider our competition to be every third-party player in the recruiting space. I'm going to name a few ones. You have Odesk and Nebbish. They're focusing on complex tasks. They're focusing on professional freelancers. You have Hourly Nerds. They're focusing on MBAs. They're focusing on complex strategic problems. And then you have student freelancers focusing on students, focusing on a wide array of projects, simple and complex, but only operating in the US. We differentiate ourselves through focus. Focus on 3 things. Focus on students, focus on simple tasks, and focus on the Arab world. Tala and I are the co-founders of the Beehives. Tala is handling strategy and product. She's a product manager at Amazon. She worked on several startups. She was also a consultant at Booz & Company, specifically in the tech industry. And she was an MBA student at Harvard Business School. I'm handling business development, operations, and finance. I'm also an MBA student at Harvard Business School. And I worked for 5 years in management consulting at Bain & Company, focusing on large implementation projects. Up to date, we launched the Beehives in Beirut. We managed to recruit 600 students. Within just a few weeks, we have already 30 projects on board. We have 17 Lebanese businesses. We managed to launch ambassador programs in 4 campuses. We have partnerships with the top 5 universities in Lebanon. But we want to grow faster. And this is why we need $1 million. We need $1 million to, 1, recruit an in-house tech expert. 2, hire a sales force for direct selling. 3, expand our ambassador program. And 4, launch in the UAE. Thank you.
Thank you. You talked a lot about the student side. And I want to know if you have done research to make sure that companies actually would want to hire these students. Because the number you gave in 5 years was like pretty big.
I think like our pilot in Beirut, a big part of that was proving demand. And without even selling to businesses, we had like 30 tasks within a few weeks. So businesses were just hearing about us and they were outsourcing some simple tasks to our students. So we think that like small experiment helped us prove demand. And we also looked at statistics there. And for example, like the UAE on Odesk is like the biggest outsourcer, is the 5th biggest country for outsourcing.
So marketplaces are very weird and strange beasts, and we've invested in maybe 6 or 7 of them. And you have the chicken and egg with the demand and supply, which you guys are trying to solve right now. Very difficult to scale, especially when you think about liquidity in marketplaces, right? So, you might have 600 students on there, but how many are actually finding or able to find projects to work on? You might have companies that have projects up there but aren't finding the right students. So how do you plan to address, scalability with marketplaces and across different countries and different verticals?
So our take on the like chicken and egg problem is that we're starting by focusing on students, and that's why we talked a lot about students. Like we feel like we need to have a solid base of students before we start seriously posting a lot of projects on the platform, because we don't want businesses to be disappointed. And I think we have like a key advantage here in that students are concentrated in places, they're on campuses. So if you manage to get like the word of mouth going there, it gets viral very quickly. Like it'll catch on. You'll get a lot of students. And the ambassador programs that we launched are showing that that's really like the case. We've gotten a lot of traction through these programs. And as to the second part of your question, sorry, I missed that. It's fine.
Hi, quick question. So there's a company here in the States called TaskRabbit, which sounds like what you're doing, except it seems like you're confining yourself on a smaller part of what TaskRabbit is doing, just students versus anybody who wants to do anything for anyone. Just tell me your rationale for that.
So initially we thought like who would be wanting to do these tasks, right? Because they're simple tasks that businesses want to outsource. We're not talking about Odesk tasks, right? We're talking about simple task data entry. Who would want to do this? Typically, it would be either students or unemployed, low-skilled labor. If you think like a business thinks, you want someone that is reliable, that is vetted, kind of, and in the Middle East, that would be the students. And we have a large untapped potential. Like we thought about it, that would make a lot of sense, at least right now. I don't know, 5 years from now, maybe it would be different, but right now, I think that would make the most sense to us.
How are we going to ensure the quality? If it can go and the quality is not good, and businesses will not like it, there is no control mechanism in the whole thing.
So we have like, the way we position ourselves is like a mediator. So we can't control everything about the process. So the platform will have to stand on its own in the sense that after projects are completed, students are rated, and then it's kind of similar to most marketplaces today where you get all the bids you have on a project and you look at all the students' ratings, and that's how you decide whether you want a student or not. But in the short term, what we do is we try to collect as much information as we can about the students. So we try to give businesses a more complete picture of the student they're getting. And when they get that picture, they then choose. And the way the platform works, it's a bit of a reverse auction. So the business would like post the task and have like an estimated budget, and then students would bid on the task, and typically they're going to bid lower so that they have a chance to get it, and then businesses select from that list. And we try to get involved in every step of the process. So we recommend like which are the top students. Oh. Okay. Thank you.